Hello, friends. We're back with some Ace Attorney. It's me and Argo again, but Argo is losing a battle to Discord at the moment.
Yes, I am. So to explain the problem, I press the button to separate the window, right?
Mm-hmm. But it just
the window is nowhere.
It just poofed. That's funny.
Yeah, there is no window. It's non-existent. So I just use the Discord as a thing as a whole to.
Okay, so you can see it? No.
This is a big question, but yeah, generally yes, it will work. And you just need to move Discord here.
Not.
This is so.
Come, Tim New. We'll just move. We are starting the trial.
Yes, we are.
Yay! Woo! Just two of us, though.
No, there's many of us.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1-6. There is Shoseki.
Oh my god. Try your further favor and I tell you if you will be defending the chamber. Bah! Ah!
If you try to read some...
So close!
What server are we again on?
This is it then, Mr. Naruhodo. We're just gonna ignore that bitch over there. Don't worry. Yes, it's time to put an end to this now. To the miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything. In my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you. I always appreciate your help, Mrs. Sato. What's going on?
Suffering, Sasaki, selfishly, sidelight.
Ah! Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume.
Good morning! Good morning, Locus to the Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Isn't it chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here? Why would you do that?
Oh dear. We didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly, you were meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you.
I was waiting! What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today? Can you check if you can change server of the Discord stuff? Because I'm
Yeah.
I'm really getting frames.
Oh, okay.
If it just check if it doesn't work, it's fine. I can manage, but there will be delay between when I can actually read.
Where the fuck do you think?
Right? It's not there. I'm not blind, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Should we try just going on a private call instead? Let's try that.
Yes. Okay. Let's do that instead of the server. Yeah.
Hello again. No, I can't hear you. Oh god.
What?
Okay, you're here again. Okay. What I heard was.
Oh my god. You scared me.
That was what I heard.
But yeah, now it's much better.
Okay. Oh.
Well, naturally, that's because I've attained a spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death. Or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my ass shut.
I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You have to forgive me.
Okay, there were really specific signs. You had no chance to read them like that.
And you mustn't talk of your path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume.
That was just an example!
Oh yes, there it is. Inner calm.
You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you abandoned me and returned for a beautiful mongrel's homeland.
We've not even been in Great Britain a week yet. Please. Yes.
Yeah, that's
well,
funny,
anyway.
right?
Anyway, I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth.
You travel to a country for 50 days and just see it after a week.
Yeah.
I've actually reached an important decision myself.
Oh, what sort of decision?
I shall fill you after the trial.
I already know what it is. He's going back to Japan.
No,
Spoilers.
No.
Alright.
The decision is I'm leaving Wagahai with you.
It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits. It's a very clear message, I think. That he's overslept again.
Yep. The great detective, my arch nemesis. Long may he stay away! If you ask me.
Defendant and your legal representative! Trial is about to begin! Make your way into the courtroom immediately!
The kettle just
I think the guy to the right is Sherlock. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soul Seeksen's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. Nuh-uh! I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting to the very end. That's all. Oh yes.
Writing to my ancestor.
24th of February, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Okay, he's here again with the cape. Gosh.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, Vicky, I hereby declare this court to be in session.
Vicky. Fucking Vicky. Dude. I'm gonna find you and you will eat a shoe.
What do you mean? Everybody else heard that. If she's not around, of course. I call upon the counsel for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. I don't want to proceed today. This is bullshit. I did not. The prosecution is ready.
Though I don't want to be.
I don't want to be here, but let it be.
Oh my god.
Duncan was like, oh no, you need to be there, Van Zix. You were there on the first day. Fine.
Oh, you have a job.
I hate my job. At least I have wine.
Yes, the defense is ready.
Very good. Now, I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury that are picked at random, chosen by the law to represent the will of people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed? Absolutely. Justice will be done. You mark my words, or my name isn't fair play.
I feel obliged to say, I feel especially ruthless on days where my hat is sitting just right. Okay, so you feel ruthless on days where it's sitting wrong, and ruthless on days where it's sitting right. When do you not feel ruthless, my lady?
And you are a juror in that case.
I know, right?
Oh, well, I wonder if you could adjust my hat for me, and please be ruthless as you like. Oh my god. I'm gonna play this guy.
Thieves deserve to die, if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I've no sympathy for the man at all.
Look, I said yesterday, I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I've got my own problems. Yeah, we know.
Oh, may the Lord show us all delight here, and lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today. Yeah, sure.
Now, Lord Van Zix, what can you tell us?
He's just like, fucking nothing.
I will tell you something, Judge. I don't want to add anything more.
I'll tell you something, Judge. Silence.
What is it, Mr. Van Zix? Lord Van Zix, please tell us.
Oh, he's
fine
angry.
Speech, Lord Van Zix, fine speech.
Oh, he's angry now. There was not found poison, that's my guess. I mean...
Okay, so, bear with me. The prosecution report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday, regarding the defense team.
Oh, so he does have the results, but he's just being sneaky about it. Oh, need my pen.
I wouldn't call it sneaky.
Where's my pen? There,
No.
there, my pen.
Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dock. Pray, allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a mere sanguine hue.
No, you're on the
Yes.
job. You can't be an alcoholic on the job. That's not how that works, Mr. Van Seeks.
In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector.
Okay, well let's see what it says.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid and a little depression on the top of it.
That's the tea. That was Mr. Natsume brought with him that night.
Well, the brains of the analyzed it, and yes, you're right, it was tea. There wasn't a trace of strychnine or any toxic substance in it.
Yeah! But I bet.
Which proves nothing, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah, exactly.
Proceed.
I bet that's gonna be the next one. He's gonna be like, actually, you know? He's gonna actually
matter.
us so fucking hard. I swear to God. I'm so ready for it. Like, he's gonna be like, it doesn't matter that there wasn't found any poison because he's still guilty. He just poisoned him another way. And then it's gonna be like, okay, and how the fuck do you prove that, Mr. Van Seeks?
Please tell us how he got poisoned, because remember, as an ace attorney, you need to find the culprit to prove your client innocent.
No poison at all. Okay.
In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. In the clear. The tea is innocent! What a revelation!
Not really. We aren't surprised, are we, Argo?
Are you very surprised? What are you talking about?
No.
No, we're not.
We
It would
know.
be like it'd be hard to grasp. Like if there was a poison in tea, it would be hard to freaking angle it properly.
Yeah. But he's like, that doesn't matter because Soseki is still guilty. That's gonna be his angle. Because I suspected.
Sus.
And this makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is blameless here. I knew it.
My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction.
What are you talking about? You were literally hinging all of this on the poison, and now the poison angle is gone. You're gonna be like, actually, I'm
You want
still
to catch my
right.
bubble?
I'm
That's hard.
still correct. Cause beans and
Typical
potatoes.
Nipponese being rude.
Fuck you. You seriously think you have me, bruh?
Well, if you
Bruh.
say so.
Bruh.
If that what helps you to provide
What?
space to the
Come on, dude.
As you would know, it's what, not what. Yes, it's true, no poison was found. And a few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window's ledge.
Okay.
Yes,
And
yes. As I mentioned, this soap is foul. But what logic is that? Would you take a drop of the from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty?
what kind of logic are you using?
My word, the water in the ocean is extremely salty, Counsel.
Oh great, starting off early.
Exactly.
Good job, sir. You are at 30 now. Maybe we should calculate how much money you're fucking wasting.
I'm fit for drinking, just as the victim Steve was on the night in question, as the court has already heard.
What? Oh, he's saying the poison dissolved? Is that what he's saying?
Yes.
How do you...
Do you have a problem?
Yes. But I honestly don't know where to start.
Typical Nipponese reaction. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shakespeare. Whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand.
Oh, wonderful. Oh,
Now imagine if by mistake of subpoena it's actually William Shakespeare.
Oh my god.
Because
He's already dead!
But imagine that.
He's already dead, Your Honor. We can't call William Shakespeare to the stand.
Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's request.
Nice.
No, this is not really nice.
Mr. Shakespeare? Yes, it sounds like we're gonna butt heads with that butthead again. I'm not even gonna read the line, that one's correct enough for me.
Bailiff, show Mr. Shakespeare to the stand.
I'm gonna butt heads with the butthead. Once again. Let's go.
Look at this face.
Okay, I'll take him.
Mr. William, well, if you don't want to.
No, I'll do. I don't want to throw everyone on you today.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, Mr. William Shakespeare, the victim of this despicable crime.
Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? Force of 'twas I, Shakespeare, that have a bellyful of the foul fluid given in mine innocence. Wow, dude. Wow.
Yes, but as was revealed yesterday, in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first has been led to believe.
It's like, oh, okay. Like I really like the logic of people here, because it's like, oh, we don't trust Soseki because he's suspicious in Japanese or whatever. But
the logic is extremely pinpointy.
Yeah, but this Shakespeare guy who we have just learned is a thief. Well, he can be trusted, surely. And it's like, no.
Yes.
You're just racist.
Never.
It's just racism, okay?
No, this is impossible. By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes.
One may smile and be a villain. Force of 'twas I, Shakespeare, that have a room full of the sweet fuel given.
That's right, fellow jurors, don't forget. This man is a rotten thief. I haven't forgotten to keep all that about ice coins to a tidy secret, didn't you? You should have owned up sooner.
Arrest him, I say! Arrest him at once! And let him feel the sting in my tail! Oh, indeed! By dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends, I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins. Of that I am sure. Yeah, okay, dude. Fucking sure. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here? Cowards die many times before their deaths, and for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But, oh wait, this was the post that Sherlock was doing yesterday.
Yep.
It only just occurred to me that I was like, I've seen that post before. What if that is still greater crime passes it unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east in Verona did contrive to poison me! But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness testimony.
Okay. Fucking, oh, alright, dude.
Is that not so, Mr. Shamspeare?
You really are out here trusting a dude named Shamespeare, are you? Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak. Sure. Ha. I'm tired of these people.
Very well. Let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency.
Okay.
Tell the court why it is that position apparently entered your... That poisoned my... entered your body, that none was found in the tea.
Are you okay there, Argo?
I'm okay. It's just, you know when you don't actually read words, you just came up with them as you see them.
Sure.
I mean, you don't read. You never really read.
Okay. The tea inconsistency. The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea and brewed in a pot. It was my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning destruction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coin suffice. Great, okay. Thus 'tis no surprise the poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the mouths of soap. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna... So he's claiming that this cup was his, this one here. And this cup was Soseki's. I don't know, man.
The poison was slipped to the cup after the tea had been powdered.
Oh, how convenient for you, huh, Mr. Van Zakes?
Indeed.
Isn't it convenient how he just keeps coming up with new truths? Isn't there a word for that? Yeah, I thought so.
The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience.
What do you mean in your experience? It's just like, never has there been a day in the life of Van Seeks when Herlock hasn't come over and tried to poison my tea. He really should try. He really should stop that. I can see through his schemes, you know, because I am the great Van Seeks.
Had a good day yesterday, indeed.
Dumb big boy Van Seeks.
Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance. Like, imagine, like, you pour poison, you just use your pinky to stir it up and just lick your pinky.
It's hilarious. That's me. That's me, and that's why I can never be a poisoner.
And that actually sounds like Ace Attorney case, isn't it?
That sounds like something that would happen in an Ace Attorney case. I feel like if we were to look it up, it might actually have happened already. Just saying. But no poison was found at this poison ball was found at the scene.
Because quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room.
Okay.
The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide.
But why wasn't it found at his house then? What? I knew that. Ripped my life.
By now, it should be perfectly clear. Bar of two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused's hand.
Haha, what a poet you are, my dude.
Why don't you clap?
Don't hurt me, Mr. Vancy.
I would typically believe that everybody clapped. Are you doing okay?
No. Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shamspeare, normal name, be a common thief of gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen.
You broke your scepter.
That move is so uncomfortable to look at. Like, like, stop. Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose.
It raises many questions what material is this even.
Yeah.
I do declare.
No, you don't. Shut up, hat
I do
man.
declare. The 8th of the clerk. Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination.
Yes, my lord.
It better be short.
Yes, my lord. Okay. Guess we better. I swear to God, this is making me angry.
Making you Shamspeare.
It's gonna make me angry. Sorry, it's my chair.
What did your chair do?
Just chair things. I understand you were
Wow.
already, yeah.
That's nasty.
I understand that you were already acquainted with Miss Nesmith, is that correct? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Do I know thee? Or know thee not? Methinks 'tis all I can know that thy destiny mingles with mine. You lost me at the first thee. Don't, sir. Thou must learn the English tongue afore thou turns thy hand to lawyering. I don't think you're speaking English. I did, but I must have missed the archaic Elizabethan lecture. Archaic, he said it! Verily and in truth, 'twas a fine flavoured brew. Though a drop of poison did barb its sweetness, as the thorn doth barb the sweet rose. That, dear friend, be the simple truth.
Jolly good.
Jolly good. Listen to Mr. Shakespeare. He seems to be in better form than he was yesterday. Either that or I'm in worse form. That fated evening, after I did dine, at Grubb's Grubbery, a local ale house of good report, naught did pass my lips but the tainted black tea. So you ate something else, you fucking liar! Dine at I swear to God. I need a moment. But behold, the poison was not in the tea at first. I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm gonna hit him in the face. I didn't need anything else, says Shakespeare. And then I had dinner.
And then I have an intestinal attack.
And then I had my late night snack after he went home. Are you saying that you saw the moment when the poison was added to— Wait! 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 Wait. Wait. Wait.
I don't think Shamspeare's going anywhere, so...
Now he's saying that he was the one who drank his tea right away, right? Then the time inconsistency is back! Right? Right? Am I dumb? Like, if he's saying he had his tea right away, then he should have been poisoned at the latest 11 p.m.
That's true.
Are you saying that you saw the moment when the poison was added to your tea? To have witnessed the act and then drank the tea? Thou dost describe the actions of a fool. I do think you're quite a fool, but... You okay?
Quite so, quite so.
But no one likes going to thirsty, do they? Sooner would I die quenched than parched. Would I have the choice? Okay. I like to think that he drops the voice when he does that.
Yep.
Actually, on the night in question, the water main was frozen, I believe, wasn't it? Were it not for the tea, in sooth I would sooner have died frozen than quenched or parched. Right. No ice coins means no heating.
The witness had more than one brush with the dead on the night in question, it would seem. Remind the court, Mr. Shakespeare, as to whether the accused drank any of the tea he brought with him.
With the greatest pleasure, my liege. Yeah, no. This brings that back to the timing consistency. Sustaining distraction in our debate. I never did a drop of his own drink past his lips. But the teacup Mr. Natsume drank from was found completely empty at the scene. Let's not forget the defendant's maxim, drink tea while it's hot. I did go for the poisoned cup that night, and in mine agony did I write uncontrolled. In fits of pain I did knock the fellow's cup and its contents spilled as blood from a gaping wound, methinks. Oh, certainly. 'Twas after I had made the coins of ice from his tea.
An upset cup was found on the table that the victim was stumped over.
Because that makes no sense, because then both of the teacups should have rims on them.
There is no contradiction here.
There's a lot of contradiction here. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
It's true. There was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about this statement is troubling me. Yes, of course. I know what it is. It's Mr. Natsume's wise. Drink tea while it's hot, Maxim, isn't it? No. No, I'm not sure that's it. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Narrow Fodder.
Thank you, witness. Now, rate here for the court what it is that occupied you after your guest had left and before you drank your tea.
Okay, because that makes no sense again.
That was a long sentence.
When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my course of ice. Oh, oops.
Oops.
Yes, so that you could cheat the gas company, in fact. Isn't that right? To cheat. Or to die. It's his life's only choice. He's really is a criminal by heart. Yeah. Okay. Faith, to cheat be the wise choice, and mine occupation is not an ugly one. For thee, dost thou not see beauty in the simplicity of the ruse? No, I don't. Be very sure, sir. Once this trial is over, Altamont Gas will take you to task over this legal task. Uh-oh. Fear the capitalists. I shall not run. I shall not hide. Sooth to say, I have nowhere to run, nor to hide. But, my lady, what wouldst thou with this pitiful player? Well, I'll tell you what I'd like to do with you, starting with the shoddy shirt on your back. 'Tis time for a Shakespeare dance! What a harsh world we live in. Indeed.
Oh my god. Do you think that's his way to cheer himself up? The thieving of the gas was addressed in yesterday's proceedings.
He's not Daijobu.
No. Prosecution calls on the defense not to muddy the waters of irrelevancy.
Shut the fuck up.
You're irrelevant.
You're irrelevant. Your coat is irrelevant. Your gloves are irrelevant.
That warning. That a warning, counsel.
You hear me? Yes, my lord. Why am I the one in trouble here? Come on. I'm the good boy.
You are really naughty today.
But I'm a good boy.
No, you are a counsel.
I'm a good boy. I only do good. I never do a bad.
Mr. Shakespeare. After the accused returned to his own lodging, he used his tea to make your coins. that correct?
To cheat or to die? I did make my choice many moons ago. Fair. But also no. Thus, 'tis no surprise the poison be not found in the tea that did pour into him also so.
Wait a doodly second.
If having first made your special coins, it was after 2 in the morning when you collapsed. That would mean you can't have drunk any tea yourself until around that time. Once ensnared by literary debate, naught else be found in the furrows of the mind. A debate about Romeo and Juliet, you mean? And who was stronger of the two? Rightly did I pay no heed to the tea as I wrestled with the abominable fellow. I remember debates like that when I was studying, sweating.
Are you suggesting that neither of you actually drank the tea whilst it was hot that evening?
My lord, wouldst thou be privy to some Shakespearean wisdom? Husband, wife, and tea? Ought I tepid be? Really?
Tea to the nunnery.
Ah, yes, so very true. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to tea.
I think you might have interpreted that wrongly. It's fine. It's my innocent summer child. So it's been proven there was no poison in Solsikisan's tea. This would be hugely in our flavor, but the atmosphere in this courtroom today.
It feels as though everybody is against us, Mr. Naruhodo.
Must be the Reaper's poison.
Because this case is just bullshit.
I'm afraid that if we don't find a significant flaw in this testimony somewhere, the jury will pounce and find Mr. Natsume guilty.
It really feels like we've jumped into the fire here. Okay. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's the these.
The prosecution will not help the counsel.
What do you think, Argo?
Oh, hey, this is me, Argo. Not prosecutor Mazix. What I think, yeah, it's probably the cops. Like,
I'm just not sure which statement would be right. Like, I'm thinking this one.
What was the one added? That was reiterated.
There was nothing added.
No, but it was changed.
Nothing.
No, wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Come back one. Wait. Come back to the second one, yeah.
I don't think it's this one.
Okay, next one.
Don't think it's this either.
Okay, then why not? Like, he's telling he didn't drink it.
I guess, but isn't he just saying that the one we think is Natsume's cup is just his cup? Right? I can try. Oh, okay. Good. You claimed that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question.
I think you were overthinking it, basically.
Yeah, I was. I was like, but that's impossible. Because I was thinking we were just assuming that,
you're playing the prosecution part on that part.
Yeah, but that's impossible. How, job logic? What is this, ye dog, clad friend?
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. The 2 teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof.
Incontrovertible? Where did you learn that word, counsel? What difference?
Look at the inside of the cups. Here, there's a clearly visible ring. Ah, yes, dick butt.
I like this picture. Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough. Indeed, such stains occur too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while.
And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring.
Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean.
And prithee, sir, what makest thou of it?
To this point, the tea rings are extremely fast to be made. Like,
yeah. Like he would have had to gulp that shit down. Like it isn't like, oh.
Yeah, when it's really hot, and it's like.
Yep. Like honestly, It's not even like a little bit, it's like... You don't even have to drink it slowly. Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted.
Ah! Tea? Why it's hot?
That's right. Yes. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. If, as you claim in your testimony,
No.
he didn't touch a drop of his tea,
Mina, no.
a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well after the several hours he was left standing. What?
Mina. No, it's supposed to be.
But,
No, but.
in short, Mr. Shamspeare, you clearly lied to the court. Get thee to a nunnery!
Get thee to the nunnery!
He's actually getting drunk now. And now he's gonna throw
That's
it.
how you know he's mad.
Yeah.
As a rule, I fill my hollow chalice up to 7 times during one trial.
Yeah,
As
no,
some
you've already
prosecutor
broken that today.
As some prosecutor in the future will fill his coffee.
You might want to keep that information to yourself.
Shut up.
You might want to keep
You
your
wanted to know.
alcoholic behaviors to yourself.
Usually I'm not that drunk. Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me, and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry.
Your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant.
On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory.
Oh, okay.
To William Shakespeare.
Oh, didn't you forget? Yes, my liege.
So you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the accused cup. Could it be that you were perhaps mistaken?
Eh? Like,
Could be that. Yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left on the sea.
okay, like, in my opinion, right?
Yes?
This should be considered wrong. Like, this should not be something anyone in a courtroom should be allowed to do. Understand? Like, leading questions
kinda.
like that?
But we actually, the defense in this game is not exactly doing that much different.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like this one is a kind of special case.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but like as a defense, we're literally doing
Like,
this thing.
one thing is asking, are you sure about that? Or do you, like, is that really what you saw and something like that? But, like, directly being like, weren't you mistaken? You know, like, really leading questions like that is just like,
Like, yes, but like again, the defense is doing the same thing here, right?
yeah,
Because like it's just from the other side of that.
yeah.
Because the defense is spewing theories to get the witnesses to spill up, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I just
And
feel
the
there's
prosecution is
something about
spinning
his
up
wording
theories
here.
for the witnesses to defend themselves.
Yeah, but I feel like there's something about the wording here that makes it seem like very
I know,
sus.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Ah, my god.
A fact that had vanished from your memory. until now.
Property damage. Property damage. I mean, this is
You
all
know what,
property.
Mina, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, right? Because Van Zix in this case is really on the edge, right? Completely.
Yep.
And it makes so much sense because he just lost the case to Ryunosuke,
Oh, I never thought about it that way. You're right.
right? He just lost the case. He just freaking lost this case against him
Yeah.
like that, and it's like
And he's like, that can't happen again.
now he's really I cannot freaking take it. I need to freaking nail it because like this is just
It's just humiliating.
and he's just freaking tired of this whole tomfoolery that's happening.
Well, then he could have just said no to being in the next him.
Strongheart said, "No, you need to do this."
Faith, my liege, thou art a magician. For verily, 'tis as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes. Thine own eyes, and I fucking hate talking like him. I hate him. What? Forsooth, I was mistook. I didn't plan to use the... I said that wrong on purpose. Because that's funny. I did plan to
That's
use
why I
tea from the
laughed.
Japanese fellow's cup, but lo, when I looked, 'twas empty. And thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege suggests. Okay. And you've just suddenly remembered now that you made a mistake before, and you're not gonna be held on perjury for that? Okay. I see we have different standards for people here. Mm-hmm. Are we supposed to believe that?
Of course. People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. That's a good point, actually.
Well, yeah, but at the same time...
I know, but this is a really good point. That's exactly why you don't trust freaking witnesses in the freaking...
Yeah, but then my point is, why are we trusting this guy? Why are we trusting Shakespeare then? You do
like
you do not live up to your own fucking standards, man, Zeeks. You're full of shit. That's what you are. Oh my god. I hate this man. Why does
That's
he
not
have
true.
to be like this?
No, it's not true.
Go home.
But in any case, it makes no difference.
Go home and be gay with Herlock. I don't want you in my house.
Excuse me, but that ship has already sailed for me.
You cheated on me with Becky! Fucking Becky! Sorry. I'm sorry. I did say to you that I actually did like this ship, but it's mostly in that way where it's like, I want them to behave like a couple who divorced 10 years ago.
Yes. After a week.
Yeah. Like they got like one of those Las Vegas marriages, and it was just no.
The next day they were like, why do you think this is a good
the
idea?
difference is how they handle it. Because Herlock will tell everyone who will listen about it. He has like a picture from the wedding, quote unquote, and he will show it at all parties. And Basic knows he does it and wants him dead. That's how I feel about the ship.
The victim's most recent testimony tells us two things of note.
Is it really a ship if you don't want the other person dead?
Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. With ice cones that have bewitched discord.
Oh.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
Mm-mm. No.
You okay?
No, it didn't.
Is it okay?
No, it didn't bewitch the squirt.
Eh?
Yeah. Is the council having a problem, though?
Did you not read
The
it?
prosecution makes fine summary of the facts. What?
I feel like I did not hear you read that line at all.
What?
Yeah.
Am I reading that low or what?
Yeah, this one does
Am I
not.
dropping?
Yeah, I don't know if you drop it, but I did not. I was just sitting and waiting for you to read it.
I read it all, like, and secondly, that the split cup was not the source of the insipid ice creams that have bewitched discord.
Thank you. Sorry.
Furthermore, that testimony remains valid and in full support of established fact. In other words,
I don't know. Maybe you're a little
suck
far.
it. The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist.
Like, I think maybe you're sitting too far away from the microphone, and that's why it's blanking out.
It's literally before my face.
Okay, then I don't know why. No. I do declare. Or does him? Okay.
I do declare demands there are no issues with the gas. Like, I cannot read that, like, yeah, my feed is just like...
My lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grubbery Ale House that night, naught did pass my lips, but the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death.
And on what did you...
Dine.
and on what did you dine, sir?
I'm sorry, I do not know why it's being such a bitch today.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's me or Discord. Like, wait, let me just check.
Okay.
I'm just doing impromptu lines and see if my voice is actually sending. The Nipponese friend.
Yes.
The Nipponese friend. The Nipponese are fascinating breed.
Yes. No, you're Oh.
Okay, I just lower the sensitivity of my entry,
Okay.
of my voice, just in case. And
Okay.
let's see how it works now.
Right. Why, I did partake in my favorites. A broth as would be called soup, and a leaf as would be called salad.
Not my salad. And insalubris. A menu as the establishment where it was served.
But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment 'tis seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas, but I pray ye wise and noble fellows, never forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. Sure as all, your humble servant Shamsby it doth entreat you. Punish the Japanese fellow for his sins.
Hello! Lord, it's me, fair play. I emerged my decision. If I may speak, my lord. Yes, Mr. Foreman. I believe we may have been duped by a rotten defense lawyer. You've been bamboozled.
By me?
By
I do declare, you may be right.
We all know the wife there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm.
Hi, Ash, it's okay.
But this lawyer lad says he's stealing gas if his effort was poison, eh? Hey, that's okay.
It's okay.
Notifications be like that often.
Yeah.
He's been leading us up to the garden path, that's what he's been doing.
I really never said anything like that.
But what we just heard from the victim there has opened our eyes again. We've reached a decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it. The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman, and will duly hear the jury's findings.
What? No. You can't yet.
Can you imagine if they're actually split? Like, yeah, we reached the decision, and it's 50-50 split.
That would be
Wait,
so
we
fun.
reached the decision, what do you mean? It's like,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now.
Arson, murder, yeah.
Yuzoi.
No one actually died, though. It's okay.
Yuzoi.
He sounds so kind when he says it. Guilty.
Yuzoi.
He sounds such a kind old man. Sentencing you to death.
I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord.
Well, time to be summation examining. Oh, happy day! Go to hell. You know who I want to arson? How's this happening? My lord,
Gundal?
the defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination. Examination.
Very well, the court upholds the defense right. Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth.
No, it's you who's encouraging the witness to lie, you fucker.
This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the ground upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged.
A small judge can't hurt you.
No,
He's so small.
I'm Yen. Indeed. I'm a man of logic, me, and having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty.
I do agree the gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the men would want to avoid paying.
Has that have any relevance?
I know, right?
Staff explosion can poison you. It's absolutely lethal gases.
Oh, I see. We're gonna bring in the whole Soseki angle with this, are we?
Oh my
Gas
god.
doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city
We're
and
off
maintain the
topic!
pipes.
We're so off topic.
Should we talk? The tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times. This is off topic.
If nothing else past the victim's lips last night, there's no other explanation, is there?
Thank you, Grandpa. At least you are freaking on topic.
Grandpa's on topic for once. He's not going, huh? What did you say? Wait, has he been in 3 trials now, hasn't he?
Oh my.
This guy.
Yes, actually, yes.
Like if you count.
If we assume he really is the doctor, yes.
I mean, why would he not be the doctor? Is that just his twin?
Yeah, you're right. London doesn't have that many people for this to be a different guy.
Exactly.
I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat. But never mind.
What do you mean, never mind? No, you really should mind. What? Judge! Please!
This is just stupid.
The truth is, her counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. And Mr. Champslear was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that.
Well, whatever, guilty.
How are we supposed to turn this upside doodly?
My God, this is
Susie, how will we turn it upside doodly now?
No, hold on, please don't shake me. Thank you. I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shamespeare was actually poisoned. Only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly.
But that's almost surely impossible at this stage.
If we don't manage it, though, Mr. Natsumi
Will be found guilty?
Ah!
No delays, Counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
I'm trying to keep myself awake. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Stop yawning! Oh my god, he's right there. He's so close. I can just... you know?
What?
Just jump over the bench and... right in the face.
No.
All the evidence, you say?
That's right, and there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing at that Japanese man with the big mustache.
Like, maybe you are not...
the man with the big
yeah,
mustache.
I was about to say, maybe you're not the person who should be making comments about people's beards. Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache.
Which means we need to show the man some new evidence to
God.
make him change his mind.
If only
I
we
almost
had that
choked
kind
on
of
water
evidence.
because of that line.
What?
I almost choked on the water with that line because it's really...
Don't worry, the summation examination has barely started, really. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light.
Let's hope so. To start with, though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock.
With my Nipponese friend, there is a new mechanics of summation examination. Time limit.
This isn't the time or the place to be discussing the price of gas, madam.
But really, think of the injustice. Air is gas, and air is free. Why should ultimate gas cost money? It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever. Oh, I hate gas so much!
This isn't the time or place to be ruthless either. If I might interject here. Yes, madam. It seems my fellow juror takes issue with the price our company charges for gas. But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up.
Oh, what a beastly man! That unkempt mustache, those hunched shoulders, poisoning tea and stealing gas. Utterly unforgivable.
I forgot this lady is creeping me out. No, Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's been stealing gas! Please! I'll thank you not to go adding on more crimes.
Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either! Well, anyway, I've quite made up my mind. It's as made up as the price of gas.
Okay, girl. Sure. Can we please talk about the poison rather than the gas, do you think, sir?
No. Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I take poison over gas every time.
You take poison?
What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it?
Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer man. Well, it's certainly true the poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison also can't light or heat up a room.
Ah! You're right. I didn't consider that at all.
Did this guy just not pick up the brain cell when he left home today?
Whoa, what is his problems? Like, explain me his problems.
Young lawyer man. Yes? You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative. Oh god!
Wow, you got
Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure.
Anyway, the point is I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past. Oh.
What did he do to make shit explode though? Now I'm curious. Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas? My god! There's an all-out attack underway here in case you hadn't noticed, against my company's gas.
God. Was it
And
this
I'm
case?
supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so. She's really bussing now. Because she's a bee, get it? All I've heard about are wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity? What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A light explosion here and there is nothing in comparison.
Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable.
My point exactly. But the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know. More devious? Who, madam? Other gas companies, of course. Other gas companies? Not quite what I was expecting. We generate that gas and we delivered it to our customers fair and square.
Indeed, nobody is questioning that, madam. Altamont is exemplary gas company.
But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all. What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people? You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that.
They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible?
Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own rotten pipes. And they make a contract with the household supplies by those pipes. And take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours, without us even knowing. They're diverting gas into their own pipes illegally. What a brazen form of theft! When we visit customers' houses to collect the money for their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies have been up to its tricks.
Do
you have something to say about that, juror number 3, please?
By your subtle reaction, I noticed something happened. Oh, golly, you and me?
So, yeah, but,
I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself.
Did he get the brain cell back?
I found it. I left it in my house.
Oh. I really did catch him off guard there. I didn't even read it. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct?
Yeah, you were caught off guard, right, Mina?
Yep.
Well, yes. I just got a little riled about it recently, you see?
Go on.
An Altamont gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipework. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. Oh, I let him in, and you know what he did?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Please tell us.
He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it.
What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets here.
Oh, please, everybody knows, but it was very nearly at the death of me, I can tell you.
What do you mean? I'll explain, if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network. Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it? Obviously, there's gas in the pipes, and it's at a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment.
Oh, I see. In other words, If, upon blowing into pipe, the light of adjacent property has no contract with your company Flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes.
Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker.
The trouble is, this particular worker who came to my home didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might. And you can guess what happened, can't you?
Well, if you blew hard, then... Wait, you mean...
Yeah, that's right. The lights didn't just flicker, they went out. On with the stove. Gas started pouring into the house.
What a disaster.
The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard, so the flames went out.
I'm afraid I lied to the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all? I said.
So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of... Oh! Oh. Oh, God.
You goods.
This is what was happening to Souseki. And I think I know who was doing it. I think I know who was doing it. And then when the gas starts slowing again, it just silently seeps into the room.
Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps...
Yes, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. Juror number 3. The defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information.
Oh, well, if you like it, I don't mind, you know.
Well, I do! That's our company's secret method of identifying the rogues that try to diddle us.
Like I said, madam, it's widely known already.
Madam, everybody knows. It's okay, madam.
Beside you, probably, that everybody knows. Very well, juror number 3, you will amend your statement accordingly. Yes, my lord, although I'm not really sure what the point of that is.
Like, okay, the only reason I'm saying this, right, is because Shamsphere wanted to get Souseki's room, right?
Yep.
So either he was trying to kill Souseki to get the room, or he was just trying to scare him enough to get him to run away. One of the
And
two.
we know it happened because Suzuki was telling that this literally just happened. Like,
Yeah, exactly. He's talking about that this is exactly what's happening to him, like, basically every night, right? That his lights go out while he's asleep. And then... he wakes up almost dead. Which is, I mean, lucky for him he actually wakes up. Like, honestly. Okay, I don't think we should press this one again, right?
No, just press 1 for everything, yeah.
Yeah, let's keep going. You mean it's poisoned?
That's right. It's happened a tidy few times now.
What?
That is most troubling indeed.
I mean, if your wife is poisoning you, maybe like...
It's always days like this when this one when I don't get any wages. I get the tea time, see? And I see her doing it. My wife. She gets that devilish look on her face. And she slips some white powder into my cup.
And you drink it anyway?
I was brought up proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it.
And what happened to you? What did it taste like?
It was god-awful, believe you me. Salty as hell.
Okay, she was putting salt in your tea, I get it. Ah.
Then I think perhaps what your wife put in your tea was salt.
No! So, she doesn't even care enough to poison me properly, eh? Unbelievable. Let's move on, please.
Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you change your leaning? Sorry? What's that now? Oh, I was just saying, if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on the night, what's the matter with you? Sorry? I said, if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Have you been listening to me at all? I feel there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle that's appropriate here.
Compared to the other jurors, who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all, it would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently.
I suppose. The trouble is.
He has selective hearing.
Exactly. But still, this juror may well be the key to the breakthrough that we so desperately need. Okay. Ugh, this is hopeless. There's no way for me to appeal to these people.
I do think that the only way we shall overcome this difficult situation is by exposing the way in which Mr. Shakespeare was really poisoned.
Yeah.
We have to prove that it happened some other way, and not via Mr. Natsuma's tea.
Yes, I know. The trouble is, I have absolutely no idea how it did happen.
Mr. Naruhodo, you're dumb. Why don't you know at this point? God. I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten.
Oh, like what?
It's important to watch everyone and pursue people if they react to something someone else said.
I already did!
If you'd like me to remind you exactly what I mean, I'd be more than happy to, of course.
Once again, Soul Citizen's fate is entirely in my hands here. Probably owe it to my client to hear any advice my assistant may be able to offer. So perhaps I ought to list this out does not remind me. And again, no need. I already did. Actually, I don't think there's any need. It's vital that we start trying to change these jurors' minds as soon as possible.
Of course. I'm sure you're right. But if you decide you would like your memory refreshed, you need only ask Mr. Naruhodo.
Okay, so... it's gotta be this one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else we have. Maybe... no. What do you think?
Wait. Yes, this.
No, it was those two? Like Juror 3 and Juror 6?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious, to whose statement do you refer, Counsel?
Juror number 6. Did you hear what Juror number 3 just said? Eh? What? Yes, of course. I heard him mumbling about something or other. There is another explanation here, I believe. Something beside Mr. Natsuma's tea did, in fact, in a manner of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question. What? Wait. I'm saying
What?
goodnight to Max, okay? Max is a
What?
good boy.
Walk.
Walk. What explanation? I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene? To see if there were any traces of poison there. I didn't think of that!
I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time.
Wait. Sorry. Wait. It is! It's the... Oh! It's not the picture! It's the pipe!
Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploiting such irrelevance.
Hold it! What a piece of work is a man! What are you trying to say, Mr. Shakespeare? What speakest thou? Prithee, is it not strange and strange? That is what to say to thee, sir! I thought I've been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body. He was trying to kill Soseki! And,
Are they tasty then, gas pipes? Is that what he's saying?
Or is it Or is the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry, he had to fill his belly with gas?
Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him, Did she really just say maybe he was horny and tried to fuck a gas pipe? Oh my god! For shame, madam, speaking thy fancy. I assure you, I'm not such a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes. Yeet. Another one for the list.
This is no summation examination. This is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nipponese friend's conjecture.
Well, you're supposed to shut up during a summation examination, so shut up.
No!
Ah! Don't pour one right after you just yeeted it. Why didn't you just... this alcoholic, I swear to God.
His room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips to the pipe that fits it,
There's
will
literally...
have to be contortionist.
They're literally just a box underneath. You just stand on
No! These are empty assertions.
it.
There's no possible proof that the man did just say. He's extremely on edge.
Yeah, he's gonna like throw at least 10 just in these two trials. It's so bad. No, we're more like 15 actually, but it's true. I have no proof that Mr. Shamesbury put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, he has. Mr. Shamesbury has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall. And I have the evidence to prove it!
Alright, you've got our attention, lad. Like to see how you can be so sure of yourself. Let's see this evidence then.
Now that I've got the jury's ear, I need to make this opportunity count. This is the proof that, time and time again, Mr. Shamesbury stood in front of his gas lamp.
What the?
These are... wait, what are they called again? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene.
Skin Prints Council? I've never heard of such things. The Justice Minister is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. It reveals all of the places that Mr. Shamesbury had touched in his room.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it?
Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's that great Sholmes fellow, that's for sure.
I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating.
We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shamesbury also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. For example,
Oh, wow.
here.
Around the hanging picture there, indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Well, I wonder. Could he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps?
Unless he's very nearsighted, I doubt it. At first, my colleagues thought the same. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of...
In front of... Ah!
I don't believe it. The gas lamp.
Exactly, and there's a box! Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shamesbury has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp.
Right, we have been... What have you been after, you young...
You nut. You nut. You nut.
You shan't.
I'd asked the court to recall Juror number 4's earlier statement.
Me?
What did I say? You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you'll recall Juror number 3's statement.
But Mina?
When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force to the pipe, it caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking into the rooms. And the reason why the reason why Garrideb hasn't been affected by this is because he has a fireplace. Right?
Yep.
Oh, that's why Soseki's the only one who's fucking dead. Anyways.
I know, he didn't die, Mina.
Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shamspeare were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will.
Crikey.
Are you suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to... I see, he was trying to kill so... Oh my god, he's about to throw it. He's about to throw it again!
While I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during summation examination.
You've literally spoken twice already.
I must toast my learned friends utter disregard for the letter of law.
I don't care, I'm gonna do what I want.
What is the meaning of this, Lord von Zeeks? A curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense. The so-called skin prints. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case.
But it's an exciting new forensic technique developed by a great detective.
Oh my god.
It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands.
Yeah, and you have too many fucking chalices in your hands, that's for sure.
Certainly, even the research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Holmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
But...
Please, my lord, if I may.
Mr. Sato?
It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. I merely wished to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene, as a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Ha! And, if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree. Mata!
It's you.
You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide.
Juror number 3!
Oh yes! I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. And I want to hear what that shady actor fellow has to say about those shady handprints. Yeet!
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay.
What's the matter with you? That was foolhardy.
Well, I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise.
No, wait. You heard of his lordship. It's not fair drinking evidence.
Could he have selective hearing, I guess? Wait.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Nasume's trial will have to continue.
Thank you, Mr. Sato, but I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success.
Oh my god. Why, Mr. Shamspeare? You seem to be losing your composure.
Just one more juror, Mr. Naruhodo. You can do it! Ganbae. Woo woo.
Very well, continue, counsel.
Okay. I don't know, should we press people again?
I don't think so.
Okay, then I'm actually not sure at all. Is it him?
What do we have again? Just...
These two. And these two do not seem related. So it's gotta be this guy and one of these two.
I cannot read Mina if you do that. Like.
Okay. So we have this one. Oh, we have this one.
No, but we were switching around and I couldn't freaking read any of them.
Sketchy tea.
Mm,
Fortune, expensive gas, and man of logic. That's the.
Try to press this.
Okay. All the evidence, you say?
That's right. There is no room for doubt. It's all pointing at the Japanese man with the big mustache.
That's the Englishman with the bigger mustache. And that's the end.
Yes, we know.
But the defense just demonstrated an impossible explanation for the events in the night in question. What do you make of that?
What, your so-called skin prints?
It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique developed by the great detective himself.
The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Scherzer had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied that there's a possibility that's where the poison was.
Well, yes, I won't deny that it's playing on my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides,
Yes.
even if that fellow has been up to some mischief with the gas pipe dozens of times before, it doesn't mean he got up the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it?
Oh no, we know. Oh! Well, we do know.
If you can't make your case better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance.
You do make a very valid point, sir.
What?
That's true, perhaps I was a little hasty.
No, wait.
Look, you got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese cohorts can, that is.
Okay. Let's leave our nationality out of this, please!
Mr. Naruhodo, if you can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors have to change their minds before and may very well change them back.
What can I do? Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show them Mr. Scherzer really did blow down the gas pipe on the night in question?
Yep.
Supporting testimony, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's so sicky. No, in truth, I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it.
What's that? Testimony? What's that? This is incredible! What's testimony?
Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garda residence that night, namely, I mean, Soseki himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was talking. It's not Gawi Dip. It's Soseki.
Gawi Deb.
Gawi Dip. Yeah, Soseki. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume himself.
Saucy Nutmeg, the defendant.
At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following.
My lodging, there's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodging. Even that fateful night it happened when I returned from Mr. Shansfield's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out and somebody tried to kill me.
On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not? Good golly!
The Shansfield fellow blew the air into gas pipe to make the man's stove go on purpose. Now hold your horses there. What would he do that for?
Because he's trying to kill Soseki to get into that room. Mr. Foreman!
What is it, man?
We cannot allow judgment to be passed whilst this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there's more to this case than meets the eye.
Fair enough. Like I said on the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost.
Yeah! Yeah. You really do be fair.
Play.
That's 4 jurors leaning toward not guilty, my lord. We've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue. Felix is just standing there.
As the defense has rightfully indicated, the summation examination has concluded with a major of jurors altering their decisions. Two jury members now called guilty, 4 now called not guilty.
Why can't I make a pretty spiral like Nanny?
Therefore, the jury opinions is conflicting and in accordance with the law of this land.
Arson. Arson.
I hereby order the continuation of this trial. Mr. William Shakespeare.
My lord, how can thy humble Shakespeare serve thee?
What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination?
So God meant me, I do solemnly swear. I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe.
But your handprints have made a tiny mess all over the wall there. How do you explain that? I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5.
Oh my god, this is so funny!
Who, me? As I went, some pains to point out already.
Man, he's really just like exponentially increasing his bullshit in this game. It's so funny to me.
A brain for self-professed detective Stoy has no place in British court of law. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamps with his hands against the wall, remains at this time unestablished conjecture. Would all the world remember that?
But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just to order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding that lamp in Mr. Shakespeare's room to be examined. Is there traces of poison there?
What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that order to check the presence of poison in the tea. Some remnants of tea were required.
Yes.
Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible.
Ah! I didn't figure that out.
In any case, counsel, I failed to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you described. What on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipework where he lived?
There's only one possibility that I can think of. And that is to use the leaking gas to commit murder. Okay, I really think I should refill my drink.
You should.
Yeah, I'll just mute.
Order! Order! Counsel!
Yeah, I'll just be back in a sec.
Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum.
What illegalities were you getting up to?
Dum precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler, now we've unraveled the mystery this far. Isn't it thus far? Anyway. Saucy nuts, Mike.
Saucy nuts, Mike.
If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing.
I live around this part myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you trying to sleep without the stove on is pretty much suicide. Freeze to death in no time.
Mr. Garrett, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shamspeare was trying to end. And there's only one other person. Only one other person. I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder.
Good gracious.
Oh yeah, I fucking said. Oh god, here he comes. Here he comes with his anger problems.
Because it's actually the aggravate. Interesting.
Yeah.
Get my attention.
Do you like my new theory? I cooked it all just for you, babe.
However, the fundamental fact of the case remains unchanged.
Yes.
Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
But you don't know that anymore, do you? What? How can you still claim that?
Let's indulge with fantasize a moment and assume that there was indeed poison in the mouth of the gas pipe. The question then arises is, who put it there?
Someone else? Who did put it there?
The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible. Come on. Come on.
It's still
I was
not.
aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and this intent to kill.
I'm sorry. I don't know why it's
It's
doing
okay.
it.
I'm just discording Discord. Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison? So now we might ask, how would anyone have known of Mr. Shamspeare's murderous?
This is how
Besides.
what's his face Duncan died too, isn't it?
Duncan?
That's why. Oh no. That means that there's probably one other person who could have figured out about this. Maybe
Me too,
that's
man.
why she was trying to die. It's so bad for her. Oh no. Ah, you mean to suggest?
Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known.
What? What?
In other words,
Wait.
in a word,
You what, mate?
the person who put the poison on the gas pipe is what was clearly a retaliatory attack. And only have been the accused, Mr. Saucy Nutsmith.
It's not his name. No.
You don't know that. Whatever Mr. William Shamspeare may or may not have contrived to do. He was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. The only person who could possibly have perpetrated the attack is the accused, Mr. Natsu.
No.
Defense counsel theorizing has failed to avert suspicions on the accused. Far from. In fact, now that a clear motive of the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Do you not agree, my Nipponese friend?
Ouch. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Rumble, 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 rumble.
Wamba wamba.
How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly?
Wamba wamba.
Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond.
Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings again. Against us again. Okay. That was very hard to say.
Again, us again, again.
And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. What advantage?
Well, it would seem that somebody put poison in the gas pipe in Mr. Shamsky's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt.
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
And it's
No.
it's kind of very
It's sad. It's sad. You mean name the true culprit?
I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all.
As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. I don't like where this is going. The evidence, the poison, it's all pointing to a particular person now.
Prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman. What? Oh, this one's...
No. The defense says vibe check failed. There's one other person who I believe could have been involved in all this. The true culprit of this crime.
True culprit?
Oh yes, the true culprit.
Terror found only in the second-rate novels featuring the third-rate great detectives. Anybody's friend. Why not?
Oh,
You know what? I'm done with this shit. Let's do this.
good.
This farce has gone on for long already. I see no reason to cut short before disappointing climax.
Thank you.
Tell us, my Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime?
I feel so bad. Oh, this does not feel good in my kokoro.
Is it Brokoro?
I'm so sorry.
I think it's Saucy Nutsmug.
I think it's Iris.
Prosecutor Van
Quinby.
Zix.
That is a good name though. Quinby.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, like even, I know it's a pun, but I'd like, that would actually be kind of a cool name to have, Quinby.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shamsky is, I believe, Miss Olive Green.
Miss Olive Green, Miss Olive Green. Oh my god, I need to buy olives and some vegetables. I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Council, but I don't recall where. Miss Olive Green, the woman from 6 days ago. The victim in the recent case of stalling on Bray Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add.
Well, he was found not guilty, so fuck you.
Shush!
Like, he was arrested for it, doesn't mean he fucking did it.
And you claimed she was killed. Well, she wasn't.
True.
Oh, of course! Yes, Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe, but I heard she regained consciousness 2 days ago.
Just in time to commit the crime.
And I hardly need to remind the court that Mr. Shamster poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in the hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True. That night the incident occurred, Miss Green was in a hospital, unconscious. So, on the face, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible, but still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in the hospital yesterday. We found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison.
Good gracious, she had poison.
And there's another fact that that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requested she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare.
My lord, pray, what be thy bidding? I hate his lines.
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
Eh? No, never heard of her. Judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least, not by name. Yeah.
It's the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here. I adhere to my word. You will see my learned Nipponese friend fars through to its conclusion.
Yay. I appreciate that. I really do, because this is gonna be your last words, my friend. Famous last words said by Van Seeks right here. He's just like, sure. I'll fucking do it. It's like, good. Good.
Good.
Good.
Good. Prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here.
Like, I really think he's like, there's no way that you will be able to do it again. There's no way he's gonna be able to take this girl to the stand and then prove she's guilty. There's no way. That's what N seeks right now. It's not gonna happen.
It's impossible. Makes no sense. Yes, Miss Olive Green. Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient. Very well, I grant up the request.
Excellent, I hope. I feel bad for her, but I can see. Like, there's probably the same method that Duncan was killed. He was probably killed by Selden, right? Most likely.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that some way or another, Green must have found out about that. Like, maybe there was like something that tipped her off or something. I'm not sure what it could be, but like the only way I could see her being behind this is if she somehow figured out that that's how he had been, like that he'd been killed and not just died in a tragic accident. So that means she would have had to find out about that trick with the pipe. because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Excellent, I hope.
That was my most extraordinary accusation, I must say.
I feel bad for her though.
At the present time, I feel the prosecution argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of the court's attention. Thank you, counsel. We reconvene in 1 hour. The court is adjourned.
Get out of my courtroom.
Get out of the courtroom.
Get out of my courtroom to be continued. I think we can do. Yeah, we have it. We only are 2 hours. Do you want to go free?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
let's
we
do it.
Okay. Omki domki. Hooray! 11:42 a.m. Old Bailey. Defendants in live into chamber. Let's go.
Joyful, jubilant, jumping jacks.
Oh, Mr. Natsume, I'm so pleased for you.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, and non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikotoba Esquires. Oh, finally, at long last, there can be proof. Proof that I'm innocent and proof that my tea is innocent.
Oh! There he is.
Ah, good morning, my dear fellows.
There he is, my man.
May you drink my tepid tea and fall forever silent.
Sorry, is your tea innocent or not? I thought the tea was innocent.
Okay, yeah,
Are you okay?
No.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you came! How wonderful. Hello, welcome.
Please say the reason. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he says, and it's fairly nearly time for a luncheon. Your scorn is written clearly across your faces.
Nobody said or thought anything of the sort.
The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought, tomorrow for once I shall not oversleep. I must early and be present in court to support my companions. A spirited determination has a beauty as always its own, does it not?
Oh, yes.
And then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep? I queried. Why, time after time they make the same foolish blunder. And the answer came to me all at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they slept.
He didn't sleep.
Well, is that not astute insight into the matter?
Oh, yes.
Upon which realization I attempted an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink all night, and the result? By first light, I was exhausted, and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness.
Shocking.
And so, the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential.
Uh-huh. Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already, but...
That other presuppose I prove by experimentation. That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method. Ah yes, and one more thing. You remember this?
Yes, the poison.
Ah,
No, the bottle!
Yes, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. I really thought that was him saying it. Oh, you didn't manage to... Wait, what? No, I'm
It was a
confused.
laborious task, as the bottle was nearly empty, but such inconveniences do not hinder charms. I managed to confirm that it contains strychnine.
Hehehe, we got her. So I was right.
Perhaps, but of course, such circumstantial evidence does not prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended. Do not do it.
You're the only one who would do something like that, Mr. Sholmes.
No, would never. Could I have a word?
I don't know who does this. Oh, it's...
Oh. Gregson, how good of you to come. Forget it, excuse me. I'm out of here.
Wait a minute, Inspector.
What? Don't wish to make nuisance of myself.
With a look on your face, I say someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself.
My dear Inspector, please speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here. And believe me, if I could do that, it would be a whole lot simpler for me.
You have the results, Inspector? Of the investigation of Mr. Shansby's room.
No, that shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That convict, actually.
Oh, you mean the man from this newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shansby's room?
A man by the name of... Oh, yes, Selden.
I into the archives of the yard, back up the fellow's file. There's something in there that... well, it caught my eye.
Something caught your eye. What, Inspector? What?
I've copied all the relevant parts for you, so you can read it for yourselves.
Thank you. Ooh.
These documents.
Yeah, what about them? Okay, investigative findings related to Selden. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder. Okay. Died of natural causes whilst in prison. His final moments witnessed only by his cellmate. The estimated £1,000 worth of loot he stole remains uncovered. And... okay. So this Selden guy is gonna be relevant, right? I mean, I will say, the only way I can see this working out is that Selden and Shamspeare somehow knew each other. Like, I mean, that would also explain this, right?
Include the details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court records so we don't have duplicate information.
Yay! Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though?
Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in proper fashion.
Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful.
Indeed, my dear fellows, as the inspector here, shining diamond in his crown.
Shining diamond in the rough, maybe.
Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all.
Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court proceedings are about to resume. We can wait into the courtroom at once.
Okay.
Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest in the public gallery. Not nothing at all, certainly not.
Thank you, Mr.
I'll be
Sholmes.
standing in this puddle of wine that's in the gallery.
I'll be sipping the wine.
I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustache in floods of tears personally, so the best of luck to you. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhado Esquire.
Yes, Mr. Natsume.
It's time, isn't it?
Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shakespeare. This is going to be the final battle. Whoa. Shaky wakey. I won't really have saved Soseki-san until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Ryu! You have to! Booby cunt. I'm kidding. That would be fun. It would be funny though. And not just another one. Immediately after. 5th of February, 12:30 PM. The Old Bailey Court room. Mumble mumble. Rumble rumble. Grumble grumble. Rumble rumble.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen Vicky, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now.
Vicky.
Before the recess, we heard a most startling accusation from the defense. Namely, that the victim of the case we heard here only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident. A reckless rush and prejudice charge of wrongdoing, in my opinion, my lord. However, the prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores.
Thank you. For that backhanded consideration. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Order court assessment from the Honorable British Prosecutor, I must say. So, Lord Van Zix, is the new witness present and ready to take the stand? Ready and waiting in the witness's antechamber, my lord. Very well, bailiff, bring the witness in.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why am I both of them?
Witnesses, state your names, occupation for the court, please. Well, I was Soseki in Gregson once, so now it's...
Now it's my turn. Good thing I different. Good thing these two sound different in my voice. It's like, otherwise I'm it's really more Susie and Green I have a problem with. William Shakespeare, my liege. For mine occupation, I can say only that I be a tragic victim to be pitied. Ah, yes.
Currently unemployed, in other words.
Professional victim.
Professional body.
Professional Betty. I'm Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no. Not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose.
Also currently unemployed, in other words.
He's like, he's not having any of this.
No, I'm not.
What a coterie?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, what a coterie. What a vibe. How they vibe together. Oh, how they vibe.
Mr. Shakespeare.
My lord, I am thy humble servant.
I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair. The possibility has been raised that you are in fact the assailant intent of taking life of your fellow lodger. The party you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you. Scrutinized.
I would for naught else, my lord.
And Miss Green?
Yes.
You're aware of the reason you have been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume?
Yes, the officer did explain. He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon.
These two have such a good dynamic! And do you accept a charge from a screen?
I don't know anything about any poisoning. And I don't know anything about this man.
Come, lady, die to live. Verily, I know not thy prickly, pea-pigmented personage. Man, you have the audacity to criticize her fashion choices. You?
Get tea to the nunnery.
Get thee to a nunnery! Ah!
I hate him.
Very well, let us proceed with the matter at hand. That being, it is uncertain whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair.
It's all very strange. Very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely ever go to the East End anyway.
Well, you did on a very significant time, but...
It so happens that I passed by the neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in hospital, fighting for my life.
No. Oh, wait, this makes all the goddamn sense. So, if she did it on the night that she was stabbed, right?
Yep.
That means that like, and the Soseki was basically arrested immediately after, right? So that means that Shamster would have had a zero reason to touch the gas pipe until that specific night when Soseki returned home. Because if he was trying to kill Soseki, he has no reason to do that every night. You know? If Soseki isn't home. So Soseki was in jail all those days, so he didn't touch it until several days later. Which is really just lucky for Miss Green, honestly.
Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside the Garden household.
That explains so much.
An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days.
I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife. Through no fault of my own, and now I am under suspicion. What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing.
Your energies may have better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel, Miss Green.
Okay, honestly, even if she is the killer, I relate. Who wouldn't try to kill Shamspear, honestly?
Wow. You're guilty, Mina. You are guilty.
Oh, I am. I'll take the L on this one.
Get to the nunnery.
Get thee to a nunnery, we'll get thee to a fucking jail cell, bitch. I only said I would have killed him, I never said I did.
Well, that's enough sometimes.
Well, yeah, but now I didn't have motive or opportunity, now did I?
Oh, you have the motive. You definitely had the motive.
At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shamspear's lodgings is the Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That's why we would like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened.
Oh no. The incident 6 days ago? You mean, you want me to relive that awful incident?
Unfortunately, yes. Please tell the court what happened that day. And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shamspear. Eh? But what happened 6 days ago has nothing to do with me being poisoned, dude! I don't know what I'm doing with his voice when I tried to make them as different as possible.
Let us proceed then. The witnesses will present their formal testimony to the court.
I find it kind of fun to do that. Like, haha.
Haha, indeed. On the subject of the incident that took place on the Briar Road the evening of the 17th of February.
What is with this collection of idiots?
It was 6 days ago, at about 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally.
Yes.
Like when she has the basic pose, like she goes around with her eyes, like
Hmm?
it's kind of interesting way, you know, to
Mm.
like
Fun.
that basically kind of tells you that she has a lot on her mind.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodgings.
I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakst, for I had bespoke my supper.
It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had little matter to attend to, that's all. Anyway, I was admitted straight to hospital, so I know nothing about any of this business.
And she was also targeting the time when he was out, I think.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's actually perfect. This is perfect.
Yes, a second incident inside a week. As what I believe to be aptly described as the haunt of the lodgings. One can only presume that is the most unfortunate coincidence. Meanwhile, you say you were not in your room, Mr. Shamspeare.
"'Twas the following morn when I did awaken that I learned of the dire events. Marry, what a commotion did the officers of the law make on the floor above mine! When Sosikazan was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder.
As suspected, there is nothing connecting these two witnesses with happenstance.
No, I think we got it. It's true, it does seem as though they're unrelated at first glance. But I'm not so sure. There's something lurking in the shadows here. Some shadows lurking, lurk. What do you think, Argolo? He says, guys. What, how, and this, my one and only chance to expose it.
Please, no expose.
Yeah. Adi?
No exposing.
But.
Counsel, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses if you wish.
Yay!
And only if you wish.
I really want to. Can I please?
You sure?
Yes. Yes, my lord! Yes, my lord. The evening of the 17th of February. I'm well acquainted with the case. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It was awful. I still can't believe I was unconscious for so long. And I woke up to find that the case had been solved and the culprit arrested.
Yes, the incident has been resolved already. Perhaps it would help you to consider that it's a bad dream that ended with your awakening. It should not be forgotten.
Yes, I suppose so. Thank you.
But before you put it completely behind you, Miss Green, I need you to remember the details one last time. You must tell the court exactly what happened that day, for us to arrive at the truth about this new case.
The trouble is, there's nothing to tell, really. I was just walking along the pavement.
Okay. What were you doing there that day, though? What were you doing that day, though? I don't know.
What do you mean?
No. I was just in an awe at that line. What were you doing there that day, though?
Like,
am I the only one who's seeing that?
What do you mean?
The art school you attend, what's it called?
Yes, it's the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. According to Mr. Sholmes, that's just in the vicinity of Brixton Road, which is some 10 stops away from the scene of the underground.
I believe you mentioned before that you also live on Brixton Road. Is that correct? So why then would you have been walking along Briar Road in the middle of the East End?
Well, it's because, oh, yes, of course. I thought it might make a nice picture.
But the witness is a student of art. City-dwelling artists can't all paint grand open vistas.
That's right. I happen to like the crumbling look of that part of town. Perhaps quaint would have been a less grating term.
The point is, she's definitely hiding something. Why didn't she have her artist supplies with her then? What were you gonna paint with fucking snow? Yeah.
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 So,
If she's trying to hide where she was there on that evening, must mean there's a reason for her not wanting us to know. That's the key to this. And you, Mr. Shamspeare, on the evening of the incident 6 days ago, we just told the court what exactly you were doing. 'Twould be my pleasure, sire. A tavern, you say? Which one? 'Twas the Slug and Salad where I did tarry. 'Tis a jewel in the East End.
a little unexpected, I feel.
Hmm? What do you mean, Lord Vinceeks?
The Slug and Salad offers unusually fine dining, for the locality at least. Not an establishment you expect to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room.
Oh!
It's true. The menu lists premium crusts of bread and glasses of water, in different levels of cloudiness.
I would have expected Grab's grubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your meals. Watery soup and mushy peas, or rather, soupy water and pea-like mush.
All equally appetizing. I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What's wrong with that? How different can water really be?
Or perhaps there's a more plausible explanation. A specific reason why he has to go to that particular establishment.
Agreed. The fact that on that day of all days, he dined at a place he wouldn't normally, if it does stand out. So Mr. Shamspeare's own actions on the day of the incident 6 days ago were slightly suspicious. Oh, no, I get it. No, I get it now. So basically, right? She would have, maybe in one way, she had an idea that his death, was Duncan's death, was something sussy. And then, when she went to the lodgings that day, 6 days ago, she basically waited to see who would walk out. Because she knew from the letter that she had gotten that whoever it was would go to the Slug and Salad. I was like trying to find the name. They would go there. So
Or maybe.
So she would have been waiting for someone to come out and then she would go in.
Or maybe.
Or maybe.
She didn't make it because something happened.
No, I don't think she made it to meet him, but I think she made it to the house.
No, she didn't go to meet him. Like she probably just wanted to check his room or something.
Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is that I think the reason she knew it was him was that he walked out before 5 to go wait in the Slug and Salad, but she never got to meet him.
I don't know if that's a good, like, there is literally no other lodgers in Gary Depths.
Oh, they're so sicky.
No, not then.
Not 6 days ago? Wait.
Sozeki, okay, so Sozeki was not a lodger. Sozeki took the lodging of the Duncan.
Yeah, a month ago.
Yes.
Oh, right. So you're saying she ruled him out, basically.
Like, it's not possible for him to be if he took the room after the.
I wonder if we have some evidence that can explain those actions. Like, no. We would need that letter she wrote. So, not right now. Right? Like, right, we don't have the evidence. We can agree on that, right? Ergo? Some evidence to show why he was acting suspicious that day. Do we have that? I doubt it. No, we don't. Okay. I don't see anything. I wish we did, but sadly I can't think of anything at the moment.
If you find a clue that could explain why Mr. Shamsby went there, we must present it to the court.
Yes, absolutely. Argo, are you alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
As all on this matter council, I should ask Miss Green to reiterate her next statement.
I was like, your voice sounds really low for some reason, and I have you turned all the way up too.
I don't know why!
I don't know why either! What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate.
It was nothing really. It's not worth mentioning.
If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital.
Like,
Ah,
no, all my levels are on the same freaking thing. It's the same.
Yeah, I don't get why either. It's related to the card you were holding. Okay. Miss Green!
ah!
What's that? She clearly just hit something behind her back. From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross.
What does that matter? This has nothing to do with Duncan.
Chotomate! Mr. Shakespeare, do you have something to share with the court? To be or not to be? That is the question. Ah, pray forgive me. The great Bodsworth springeth from within me with an effort. Thought, yeah. Don't tell me. Guess you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's word a moment ago, seems to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps. Well... Nay, sire. 'Twas nothing at all. Presumably you know the name, though. Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean. After all, you were both lodgers in the same house. I would it were so, but sadly nay. Lodging be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me. So you haven't heard of him. Even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours, and you had a picture of him in your fucking floorboards, right?
Yep.
Like, this picture was found in his fucking floorboards. Oh my god.
Miss Green?
Me, my lord? Have I done something wrong?
The card that was mentioned before, containing the note. You have it upon your person.
Oh, it's time to press that other statement again.
I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really.
Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please.
Yeah.
Snatch.
Snatch. And I'm pretty sure. Of course, the full links Mr. Shakespeare and Miss Green. Yeah, and it says like meet at the... The envelope has been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as the type to open correspondence more neatly than that. Ah.
What is it?
The way the envelope is torn, I'm almost sure I've seen that exact same shape somewhere else.
Oh, you don't mean... Are you thinking of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Exactly, that's it. Try to match them up. Shoop!
They go together perfectly.
This
torn off end of the envelope clearly belongs with this card.
I can't read the notes? Okay.
No, it's not that important. Like, we already know what's in on the note.
Yeah. It's Duncan Ross. Oh, sorry, I just skipped that for no reason. Mata! Yes, you didn't regain consciousness until the day after trial, did you? In the early hours.
Exactly. So how could I have had anything to do with it? And you just haul me in here to court like this, honestly.
So at the time of poisoning, the witness was unconscious in her hospital bed. Would there be a more airtight alibi, I ask you?
But yeah, basically what's gonna be the definitive proof to prove she was there is gonna be the torn part of that envelope. Because it's the same one. That means that she had to have been in that apartment at some point.
And yet, in spite of that, you claim that I was the culprit?
Well,
But you certainly haven't produced any evidence to support your wild claim, have you? Not at all.
There you have it. The good lady has yet to see evidence. May that become his friend.
I'm working on it.
Counsel, I will point out there's the jury next decision will be final.
Alright, so it's like a 3 strikes and you're out system. We're really up against the wall here. Sad noise.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, you perceived Mr. Shameful wonderfully there.
It's worked out well, hasn't it? We have a new clue at last. Yay! Oh, right. Now I need to pull up a really insightful objection somewhere. I need to object very hard. Objection! Yeah. Objection! I'm training, sorry.
Objection.
Objection. I object.
I object to your objection.
Well, as you've managed to expose this promising new angle, I wonder if you should perhaps try to develop that.
No.
No?
Ah! Yes, of course.
None?
None. And yelling out objections isn't necessarily the best way to do that, I suppose.
Objection!
Okay, oh god, no, I'm not sure. Wait. Tavern, just book my supper. Like, is it this? Do you think I should present it here?
No.
Then I'm not sure what to do here.
Remember when you needed to present evidence but you didn't have it yet?
Oh, right, that was his statement. That was this one. Right.
Yeah, you need to go back to that.
Yeah, and then present the letter there.
Yes.
There's one. Slug and salad. That's surprisingly rich boy for you. Oh, really? How do you know so much about the East End, Van Siegs?
I was there. It's someone.
This guy. Why do we keep running this? Oh my god. This angle is so funny.
And it was not me who decided this place. It was the other party.
Yeah. Because he's a cheap bitch! Yeah, and then it's the letter, right?
Yep.
Mr. Shakespeare. Yes, sire? On the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slug and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. Pray, if thou hast some purpose, speakst. Very well. I will present evidence.
Gift.
You hear? Evidence. I'll present the card with evidence. Evidence that explains why you have the Slug and Salad. And then it's this note. Yes. Jazz stops. I believe this card reveals the answer.
Good lord, Miss Green's card, you mean?
Yes. Exactly that
You
card.
mean?
You meme?
You meme?
What do you mean? That's right, my lord. It
I
reads,
know what I mean.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It's a matter of utmost importance. That's quite interesting, isn't it?
なるほど。
なるほど。なるほど。Mr. Shakespeare, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note. Personally, I find it hard to believe that it's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Shakespeare?
Never would I ever.
Well...
Excuse me, can I say something?
Yes, Miss Green. Uh-oh.
That card was delivered to me. It doesn't have anything to do with this odd man, does it?
Yeah, she wants to keep it hidden that she knows it's from him. 100%. Well, you'd think so, yes, but it's hard to believe it's merely...
My lord, may I?
The two.
Do? May you what, Miss Green?
I'd like to make something very clear about that card.
Very well then. You may amend your testimony. To include details of the peculiar note.
It's not delivered to me at my address. It's nothing to do with the odd man next to me. We'll start by pressing it. So that's what we always fucking do. I think you said that you received it the day before the incident, didn't you?
Yes, that's right.
There appears to be no indication of the sender's name or address on the envelope.
It was in my letterbox and that's all I know, I'm afraid. I have no idea who sent it.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Who is this Duncan Ross, please?
A friend of mine. He attended the same school as I do. He passed away in a tragic accident a month ago now, though. I wasn't sure what to make of that note, but to be honest, in the end I decided to go.
Also, she's downplaying their relationship. They weren't just friends.
Yeah. No, they were friends. Mina, they were really good friends.
So, you found out what that information was?
Of course I didn't. You're not thinking straight.
No, I am a little gay, that is true.
Was on her way there, she was stabbed in the back, as my learned friend hopefully remembers. You are learned, right?
Well...
Well, did you take the bar?
Yes. Sweating.
Mm.
Ah, yes, of course. She never
What
made
was
it
the
to the
format
meeting.
of this examining then?
Writing.
Mm.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, you was...
Okay. I mean, I'm definitely sure I have to present something here, but... Maybe this one? That would be my theory. That I present this picture to prove that there's at the very least a reasonable suggestion that there might be a connection between Duncan Ross and
The note was
Shakespeare.
delivered to me to my address. It has nothing to do with... Like,
That's the only thing I can think of right now.
sure, like, there's really no game over in this game, so it might as well. Like,
I'm asking, do you not think this is it?
it could be it. I'm not sure really.
Let's see.
Like, if you're asking me what I'm sure about, then I'm not about anything, so you might as well do this and try it.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
Ouch. Ouchie in my oofer.
Huh?
Ouchie in my oofer. But I do think it's this state.
No, it was not ouchie.
I do think it's this statement. Then
Then try letter, because like it has the torn letter. Yeah, this one. Oh, the torn part.
this one.
Yeah, because it has nothing to do with the man.
Okay.
It has.
Yeah, okay. That annoys me. That one should have been, both of them should have been okay. I think for that one, both of them should have been okay, because they're basically one piece of evidence at that point.
Let's not start the way of thought about this, because we could do it for hours.
Yeah.
Because
The day before the incident,
It's not
exactly 1
learning,
week
it's
ago
like
now,
that.
this note was delivered to your address. And upon carrying out the instructions of the note, you found yourself in hospital. Yes, I did. It's terrible, everything that's happened to me.
Indeed.
Yes, it's terrible. If it's all true, that is. What do you mean? Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's a torn off end of an envelope. Oh, is it? And it so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope of the note you received. Ah! Where did you find that? In Mr. Shakespeare's room. Eh? In my room? I don't think he knew about it. Mr. Shakespeare, do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere? Well... Your actions that afternoon followed the instructions and note to the letter. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. And so that's exactly where you went. Huh. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shakespeare. You already knew about this note, didn't you? And you, Miss Green.
What did I do?
That's... As this torn in...
What did I do?
And this torn off end of the envelope proves, the note was originally in Mr. Shakespeare's room. So how is it that it came to be in your possession?
I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fleshling artist after all.
You can't use that here! Bullshit. There's only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shakespeare's room and stole it.
Worked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did what? So, thou hast what? You broke, thou were in my room? What on earth did you want with me?
Oh, that's the best part about this. Like, he's freaking lost the act.
Yeah, like, I just feel like he has a real hillbilly accent going on.
Yeah. He's the valley girl.
Yeah, he's a bit...
It would seem that Shakespeare is actually a valley girl. Both witnesses need to testify again. Yes, I want to hear that. In my courtroom. He's green.
Yes.
As you have the court's sympathy, I'm sure, for the suffering you have endured in recent events. Anyone found to be giving false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind. I'm just saying that, don't worry.
Yes, I know.
Very well done, witnesses. You will give formal testimony again now. On the subject of curious anomaly regarding the note Miss Green claims to have received. Dun-dun-dun.
Wait. No, I'm just thinking the dumbest thing. So basically what happened here is that Duncan Ross got the room before Shamspeare. And then Shamspeare killed
Yeah,
him. And then
Shamspeare
somehow, before
yeah.
Shamspeare managed to move into the room again,
Yeah,
Soul's like he just somehow managed to move into.
he definitely has something on this room, yeah.
The man would have been really frustrated, wow. I do remember now. 'Twas a week ago, peradventure, that note was delivered unto me. On the day writ therein, I did tarry a long hour at the slugging cellar, yet nobody came. Thereafter, on the evening I shared the company of the Japanese fellow, I did see the note had vanished. Oh, right. Okay, so basically what happened is that note is from her to him, and she did it to get him out of the house. So she could plant the poison. And then she took it with her.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
You think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I?
To put the poison in there, goddamn.
Poison.
I can point out the villain here. As for that torn-off piece of envelope, I don't know anything about it.
I mean, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. I can't argue with that.
You don't claim to have received this letter, do you, Mr. Shamspeare?
Faith, 'tis so, my lord. And I would swear to have set it upon the table in my humble lodgings. Yet, 'tis clear to me now that since I returned from the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it.
Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was...
A lie? Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think I'm the one lying.
I beg your pardon?
I'm just a fledgling artist, as I said. And fledgling artists don't lie.
What?
Hello, just freaking heckled in the gallery.
We have a heckler here.
The note was delivered to me at my address, besides. We all know who the liar around here is.
It's not wrong.
It's a him, Shamspeare.
It's a he. If that's true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was... without question found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. Okay. And then I skip again.
I don't see why I should explain.
Sorry.
I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is just to say what happened, that's all.
But fucking tell me. Oh my god, she's so frustrating right now.
It's your job to give the explanation and the proofs. You, the
I
fledgling
don't know.
lawyer.
I'm just a fledgling artist.
Me.
Me.
Fucking sure,
I'm
girl.
just a fledgling artist. Yeah, I don't even know.
The fledgling will do his best.
Fine.
Pain pickle. Oh, the pain pickle.
Fine.
Oh, the pain. Oh, the...
Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth. Wow.
Wow.
Well, counsel, do what you do. Come on, chop chop. Get the info out. Find inconsistency, contradiction. Without objection.
Okay.
Where's the witness?
I'm ready, my lord.
Come on. Very well then. The defense will now proceed with the cross-examination of the witnesses. Now. Go.
Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Shamspeare's room.
Legal assistant, do not
There can be
prolong
no
this.
question of that. That is how she acquired the note. Yes.
Doesn't work!
God damn it.
What are you doing, man? Just cross-examine. Why are you discussing with your legal assistant? You don't know what to do?
Yes, 2 facts that are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all this.
We have all the time in the world. Don't worry about it.
And it's not a pretty one.
Ye gods.
Ye gods. Okay, now it's time to...
Why hast thou forsaken us?
It's time to examine these idiots. Okay.
Yes, they are 2 idiots. You examine them well.
And can you shed any light on the contents of the note at all?
No.
Nay, sire! 'Tis as strange to me as a foreign tongue. Even with knowledge of literature as great as mine own, verily, 'tis impenetrable. But Mr. Duncan Ross had lodgings in the same household as you. In effect, he was your neighbor, so surely you knew him, didn't you? No commento. Alack, if the choice is betwixt I knew him and I knew him not. 'Tis with foreboding that I be forced to declare we were by small measure acquainted. Okay. Despite your claims, though, you followed the note's instructions and went to the Slug and Salad. He do be go to the Slug and Salad.
For a salad, yeah.
He do be go for a salad, didn't he? Presumably that was nothing to do with your knowledge of literature? Mary, not will have the better of me, sire, save for the lure of curiosity. So you could read. Or can't you read? So 'tis true, I was compelled by mine own eager heart to betake myself to the tavern. Yet in the end, my curiosity was not satiated. Okay. On the day writ therein, I tarry a long hour at the Slug and Salad. Yet nobody came. Nobody came. Sorry. So even after waiting for an hour, nobody appeared. Well, yes, sire. This is thou sayst. I swear to God, the way this guy speaks annoys me. Really?
Why
You
art
pause for
thou
a moment before you
our
answer. Wagfrost, hello, welcome. God, Shakespeare was one of the reasons high school was torture for me. Yeah, I can imagine. We read a
Thou hast
little.
edited those.
Yeah, we read like a
No.
minuscule amount of Shakespeare in my high school. Like it wasn't that much. We were reading all kinds of other bullshit in English. But then again, I took English as a second language, so I don't know how it is if it's like your first language.
Luckily, I was familiar with Shakespeare word, but not in originals, so I could skip the ridiculousness of
But yeah,
the
basically, and basically what makes it worse is that this guy doesn't just speak Shakespeare, he speaks broken Shakespeare, and that just makes it 10 times harder to understand. Sparknotes
that's
in the
exactly the
movies
problem.
for Saving Grace me, yeah. In truth, when thou asked whether nobody appeared, I did suddenly recall. Yeah.
Really? You mean to tell the court that somebody did appear after all?
Like, I think we read like a few pages of like a short thing he wrote, and that was like it. I was not alone that night at the Slug and Salad, my lord. No, 'tis returning to me now. I did treat my leaf to almost clear water, and mine innards to a premium crust of bread. And all around me danced a great many companions. What do you mean?
Get thee to the nunnery?
Flies, sire, flies. What?
Good lord!
In the name of Beelzebub, what were they? Fairies, perchance, from a Midsummer Night's Dream, come to taunt me. I think they were just flies. I can't help thinking that the flies ought to choose something more wholesome to buzz around.
Oh my god.
We're really giving. Is that wrong of me?
Oh my god.
This whole line of conversation is killing me.
Beelzebub.
In the name of Beelzebub. When exactly did you notice it had gone missing? Such idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I am busied with greater ideas.
In other words, you didn't notice.
Several days passed between your outing to the tavern and Mr. Natsume's visit to your room.
Yes, it will appear that the note disappeared sometime in that interval.
Such idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I am busied with greater ideas.
And yet, during that time, Miss Green was comatose in the hospital, was she not? Clearly then, she could not have been stealing things from Mr. Shams's room.
Yes. Yes, of course. It's all some sort of misunderstanding, isn't it, Mr. Prosecutor, sir?
I don't think so. He's starting to like come around, I think. He's like,
You have so far failed to give a satisfactory explanation as to how you came by the note. Yeah, I love that 161's explanation for that.
Yeah.
I'm not here to advocate for your defense, madam. I won't tolerate inconsistencies in your story.
Yeah.
You would do well to remember that.
Oh dear me.
What's Lord Van Seek's getting at? Yeah, I think, yeah.
I don't know what you mean. Why would I?
It seems that this note was actually delivered to Mr. Shamsby about 1 week ago, probably by her.
Oh, that's it.
But for some reason, it ended up in your possession. I can't think of any way that could have happened, except for you breaking into Mr. Shamsby's lodgings. But yeah, like, I don't know. I definitely can see why people, like, of course I understand, like, the Great Masters and all that. I did enjoy, is it 12th Night, the one with the twins? And the shipwreck? I think that's the one, 12th Night. I did enjoy that one. I actually read that one by myself. Because, I don't know, I wanted, you know, I wanted to see one of the origins of the whole women pretending to be men thing. And it was fun. It was very fun and very, it was actually genuinely funny in some places, like, that even a moron like me could understand.
For what reason would the witness have done that?
Oh,
I won't deny that Miss Green's possessions of the note would appear to defy logic. However, until and unless her involvement in the case can be proven in some other way, any further pursuit of this note is meaningless.
Miss Green could only have come to be in possession of the note by stealing from Mr. Shamsby's room. And yet, there's no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing.
What if there was some other reason she broke into his lodgings, though?
Yes, we should pursue that idea, Mr. Naruhodo.
We're close now. I can feel it. We're so close to a breakthrough. But we are also kind of reaching time.
Yeah.
Should we press this one and then...
But it's like hour more, I think.
Because I definitely do not think that we will finish it within like the next 20-30 minutes.
No.
No. So you don't want to tell the court the truth about the letter, is that it?
No, that's not about it.
I'm a fledgling artist, remember? Artists are nearly always introverted characters.
Introverted? Fie! This fledgling doth readily cast aspersions about my nature. Yet I am an angel, a seraph. Birds do harmonies with my song. The wind doth frolic on my wing. Oh pity! Wherefore dost thou accuse one so pure of heart, ample woman? I swear to God. Just whenever he does a stupid dance, I can't help it. I lose it.
Pure of heart? I don't think so. Even a fledgling like me can see you're just a failure.
Tragedy! Thou shalt not know the true heart of an artist until thine instruction hereafter by death. Oh, the days! Oh, the years! Alas, to enlighten thee, thou must wait so long and in vain. I cannot read his lines because he keeps moving like that!
Mr. Naruhodo interject with some clever remark. This is your chance to shine!
No. I'm no Shakespearean actor, Mrs. Sato, please. No, as far as I can tell, the only thing that's going to resolve this argument...
It's evidence! Yes! Woo! Evidence! Evidence! It's clear that Miss Green did in fact break into Mr. Shameful's room, isn't it? And that's where she found this letter.
Yes, two more or less foregone conclusions that led me to one terrifying conclusion.
Terrifying?
Yes, I'm afraid to say that the outcome of this cross-examination may well change how we look at this case completely. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's the time. That's as good as time as any to just like save it, and we'll hope I remember well enough for next week. Otherwise, you'll just have to remind me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Sunday, and we don't want to be going for too late. Yeah. So that was it for today. Next week we're just gonna be doing them Lost Judgment and more of this bullshit until we finish.
Ancillary.
Yes. I'm having a good time. I hope that you guys are also having a good time. I know that it's a lot of the same, but we're gonna try some other stuff once everything is done and said. Once we finish this case, maybe we'll start sort of like maybe starting next week again. We might like sort of step down the Ace Attorney episodes to just once a week, since we're so close to the ending. But I'm still playing with the idea for now, so we'll see. Because it's definitely been a while already, and it's sort of like, it's not that I necessarily want to push to the ending, but I do also think that like doing these 2 days a week, it hasn't been that bad. So we'll figure it out. So yeah, we're gonna be doing Lost Judgment next week. Gnosia if Momo isn't fucking dead. I'm kidding. And
Wow.
and we're probably also gonna be playing some Arise here and there.
Random Horizon.
Yeah, that's just that's not really on the schedule, so you're just gonna have to look at my Twitter for that. Or my Discord server, which is down in the doobly-doo, for anyone who's interested. So yeah.
Doobly-doo.
The doobly-doo. Yeah, so nice to have you guys tonight. And I hope to see you guys for my stuff next week. Goodbye! Oyasumi na!
Oyasumi na.